kind of, you know, curvy a little bit. So I will come down from this. Okay, let me do like this so you can understand. Let me connect the line first. I will connect the 4 inches of our bust plan together, connect it in a straight line. I will connect it down to yeah, see, I've connected it on a straight line. Then I will now come to my hip, to my bust measurement. I will come down by 1 inch. I will come down by 1 inch here, 1 inch here. Then at my waist measurement here, I will take, I will take half an inch, half an inch. It depends. You can take one inch, 1 inch, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I will take half an inch. It depends. So even if you take 1 inch, 1 inch, we will still include the measurements here. So any one you take is fine, but for me, I will take half an inch. So I'll take half inch at this side, and I'll mark half inch on this side. So both half an inch. Then I will then connect it to these points where I marked 1 inch down the bust, as if you are creating a triangle shape. Just see, you connect it this way. See, I'll connect the second one to the way. You see, you connect it like that. Make sure you connect it very well. That is why we call it a pattern paper, where yes, so you see, this is the dart. And then at this hip point, you will come up by 2 inches, because the dart, it won't get there too. I will come up by 2 inches here. Probably you can come up by 2 inches or 2.5. It depends on whichever one you want. But let me come up. I will come up by 2 inches here at this one. Then I will then join these two. Then I will connect it. I will connect them on a straight line to these points. I will do the same thing here. I will connect the two sides. I will connect the two sides. So you can see, this is the basic dots. Then after connecting, it's not finished though, because you can remember that we've actually marked our dots here, and this dot line you marked here, because we are going to sew it in. If you are using it for a long gown, you don't need to cut it. So this dot here we marked here, we have to include it here so that we don't have shortage of fabric. So you can get your accurate measurement. You then come here and measure what you take, and this is 1 inch. And I would now, this is 1 inch, then I'll add the 1 inches back to my waist line. I know someone was saying, why is it that you didn't add the 1 inches to the hip line, the 1 inch to the bust line? Look at it. I did mark directly on the bust line. That is why I came down by 1 inch. But I marked directly on the waistline. That is where I do. You know, your waist has to be fitted, because it's the tiniest part of your body. So then I will then include that measurement. So the next thing is to connect my measurement. This is how you do. You connect from your from your bust to waist. This is it. From bust to waist, and from waist to hip. You can see how I am connecting it from your waist to your hip. From your waist to the hip. And mind you, it's not sure, you can, curve it a little bit here, you see. And so from there, you then connect your hip to your skirt length. That is your hip to your skirt, to your skirt length. So you see, And this at this point, you know, our hip is curved, so you curve it, see, and that is easy movement. And this is just the basic measurement body you should know how to draft as a beginner. It's not just hard. I would go over it again. It's not hard at all. This is the shoulder measurement, the shoulder line. This is the shoulder line. Replace your shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. Place the neckline measurement. The length is 3, the depth is 3. For the back, it is 3 by 1.5 on 1. And then you come down at your shoulder point where you mark your 8. Come down with 1 inch, connect it to this point. Then you come down from here, place your armhole measurement. Mine is 8. I placed 8 here. Then at that point, it will then serve as my bust line. You mark your bust line. From your shoulder to your waist is 17. From waist to hip is 9 inches. Then to the length of your dress. Then the next thing is place your measurement, divide by 4 on your bust. Place your measurement divided by 4 on your waist and also on your hip. Then for the dress length, minus 2 inches or 1.5. It depends on how tight and how fitted you want it to be. Then place it there. Then come back to your shape your armhole. As I've said, for the back panel, you don't have to go. Just look for the midpoint and then connect. Then for the front panel, come in by 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch, anyone. Then you connect it too. Then after that, come down to your then measure your bust pan. That is your depth. This is 4, 4, 4. Then you connect on a straight line. Come down to your waist line. Just mark half an inch beside each line. Then connect up. Come down with 1 inch at the bust point because our bust is not pointed. It's just curvy. Then it's curvy. Here you understand. So then you connect it down. At your hip measurement, come up with 2 inch. Then you connect it. So to end today's tutorial, if it is for a long gown, this is your basic bodice. And if it's for just a top, maybe your half length, you know, I said waist also serve as your half length. If it's just for a short, before you attach it to your skirt part, to your skirts or whatsoever, it will be from here to here. That is why I said this is just the basic one you need to know. If you are drafting from your shoulder to your half length, it will be from here to here. And if you are drafting from your shoulder to the length of your dress, it will be from here to the length of the pattern. So to end to this, I will then cut out the measurement. And for this, I will cut out the back measurement first. And then yes, at this top here, you would have to put sewing allowance at it because you'll be joining the shoulder together. You can just include your sewing allowance with 1/2 inch here. Then you come up here to 1/2 inch. Then you connect. That will serve as your shoulder allowance. So when you are sewing, you see, then I will then cut on it. That's all. Not easy, it's not difficult, it's very easy to cut. And then I'll be cutting now. Very easy to cut. I said I'll be cutting the back panel first, then I'll then explain. See, that is for the back panel. Now let me cut it for you. So this is our back panel. Before I cut out the front panel, I would like to explain something. So this is the basic panel you need to have, bodies, which will serve for both your front and your back panel. You see, I've drafted for the back and from the front. I had to cut out the front so you can see the shape, the back so you can see the shape. So if you are cutting for the back, in case you are using zip, when you are placing this pattern on your fabric, you would place it like this by leaving, then leave 1 inch or 1.5 inch or 2 inch. It depends on how many allowance you want to leave for your zipper allowance. You would leave 1.5 inch before placing this. So the 1.5 it will be before this, there you cut, you shape it out. Don't worry, in my next video I will be showing you the fabric I will be using this pattern to sew. But for the purpose of beginners, how to draft basic bodies, this is how you draft the basic bodies. And then I'll be cutting out the back, the front panel, so you can see how it looks like. It's not just hard at all. It's very, very, in fact, you see, there is nothing too much in cutting. Okay, see, yes. So this will serve as our front panel. So guys, that's all for today. And when you open it in two, you see what we have. You see what we have. This is it. This is it. And we'll be inserting this in that on this side as well. That's all. This will be for my front panel. And that's all for today's lesson. So please guys, subscribe to my channel, please like, please share, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up in the comment section. So we'll see you in my next video, and thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for always viewing my video. Please and please do not forget to subscribe. I love you, and God. And one more thing, always try to practice on your own. Practice this on your own. It's not hard. It's very, very simple. Thank you, and God bless you.